directly give the component. Already that component is ready. You can start using it. You can start using it. But we want the component related library in such a way so that it is loaded only when it is required. Only when it is required. So when you click on categories, then only it will load that module. And this load children will load the module related library by using import. That means if I don't write this, what will happen? All the modules are imported at the time of application start. At the time of application start. Now lazy loading allows to load the modules only when they are needed, only when they are required, only when they are required. Every module has its own route, and these routes are loaded into the parent route. Parent route will not preload all the modules. It will load the modules only when they are requested. That is lazy loading. So we can see this practically happening. So means how we can handle this practically. How do we work with this practically? Let's see. And inside every module, designing the component is your own approach. Rest of work is same. Means in every module, you can create your multiple components. In every component, you can maintain separate routes. Every module can have its own individual routes within that context, right? Let's see how we can configure, how we can use this approach. Here, our intention is don't preload the modules, load the modules only when they are needed for you, right? Let's see how we can manage this approach. For that, we will create a new project for lazy loading. So I will create a new project. And how do we create a new application? This is our workspace, my workspace. And in the workspace, ng generate application. So here I will give the name Amazon. Amazon is the application. So what are the steps of configuring and creating the application? So first step, how to implement lazy loading. So first point is create a new application. So with routing enabled. How we can create an application with routing enabled? You can add routing module later also, or while creating the application, ng generate application, Amazon is the application name. And in this, you can just define --routing. --routing. This will add the routing module for your application. Okay, let's run this and see. Routing module. You can manually add routing module. I showed you how to add more routing module. It is asking style sheet. Okay. And it is creating the application for you. So that means we are creating a new application. So we need to open the workspace, open your workspace, and here after opening the workspace, you need to create a new application, with routing. So for that, you need to just run the command. So ng generate application, some Amazon is the application, and -- routing. That is the first step. Okay. Now it is created, successfully done. It will not take much time for you this time because already your application is ready with, already your workspace is ready with other projects. It will simply add all these files for you. That's fine. So Amazon is ready. You can go, you can see I have Amazon. In my projects, I have Amazon. That is Amazon. That is the new application we added. And in this application, you go to SRC app, you will find routing module is by default added. And routing module is currently empty. Nothing is defined inside this routing module. And by default, we have app component here. That is the common approach. Now, don't create components here. In a complex project, in the real world scenarios, we maintain separate modules. So because customers and vendors like products and categories, a component is not enough because inside that lot of manipulations will be there. Then better creating modules, and every module should have a route, and every module should be registered in our app module. That means this app module should register all the modules and should able to use all the modules. So how we can create modules? Instead of directly components. So let's see, open in integrated terminal, app folder, open this app here. So now what you have to do is create modules for your application. You need to create modules for your application. So for that, you have to open your app folder in terminal. You have to open your app folder in terminal. So, and you need to generate modules with individual route. Every module will have an individual route. You can manually add modules and you can manually add routes. But a simple command, what you can do is you can simply run this command here. So ng generate module to generate the module name is categories is the module name. Okay, for this module we want to add an individual route, so hyphen route. Okay, now another point is we need to generate a categories module and add into app module. So categories module is generated with the route. This categories module should be registered into app module as a module. Then you have to use the command categories. Categories is your app, categories is your module, and this categories module should be registered with app module. That is our main module. That means you have to use hyphen module app.module. That means you are creating a new module called categories with individual route, and this categories should be registered as a module into the main module. Our main module is app module. Into the main module, we have to register it. So it will now create a separate folder for you. In that folder, it will maintain its own components and routing. Okay, hit enter and see. This is categories module. You can see a lot of files added. You can skip the test file if you want, lot of files added. Observe carefully. So you can see that categories is added. Earlier we were adding as component. Now we added as a module. For component also a folder will come. But in this module, you can observe here, module is having several files. So module is having here categories routing, categories component. So you can add some more components inside this. and you can